Thinking about the Hebo? No, I don't want to see Hebo. Hebo would get annihilated by a front line. With the way that PBM and Fino have been playing, Hebo would be a disservice to Paul.
Let's go back to what we've been saying. Guan Yu, the Sobek.
All right. You think they get rid of Scylla?
The Camazotz that's been banned off. I don't think the Knights, Dave, need to change anything. What they've been doing, the Raw here and keeping the bans pretty simple.
I don't know.
Ghosts are going to end up...
Though, if you're the Knights, you're not
if Ghosts don't ban Scylla here...
You're thrilled you've gotten the wins.
Or first pick it.
Yes, sir.
Because PK are probably going to prioritize keep it again. Even though I hate that. I think they do focus keep it again. If they go keep it, Ghost has to take Scylla. See, this is total power play, though, in the drafting phase now. Like, this is such a massive power play moment for PK, because when you have a 2-0 lead, they literally don't have to change any part of their strategy. Like, the ball is entirely in Ghost court. All of the pressure is on Ghost to figure out what to do about this draft. And even if Ghost figures it out for this game, the idea that Ghost is actually going to run a reverse sweep on PK, that's extreme. That's where I get super skeptical about all of this. Like, in my mind, I think PK is, like, I just need PK to stay focused and to not lose sight of the end game here, because if they start thinking too much about raising that Thor hammer instead of closing out, it's very easy to start autopiloting, thinking about winning again. Yeah, see, look, this is what I was expecting. They had to ban it.
Man, Ghost is really stubborn.
They had to ban it. That was their only chance, was banning the Scylla. Because they're not first pick. Yeah. No, I think that might have just sealed their fate, honestly. Because they haven't dealt with Scylla at all. Poseidon was clearly not the answer. Like, Poseidon Kraken couldn't even out-confirm the Fire Giant with the Susanoo Typhoon. If you're losing like that, I don't know. That's so depressing. I don't know. I'm really amazed that they didn't ban it. And I think Camazotz is just going to eat Cupid's ass all game. Scary could also play Cam solo against the Kokolin. I really do think that PK won the top 3, though. Like, this top 3 drafting, I feel like, is so insane already. Oh, the Awilix? No. No chance. They're banking World's Finals on Awilix. No chance. Dude, I love Awilix, and I would never pick Awilix into that comp. I feel like she's going to try to go in, and like, Camazotz, Scylla, or Sobek could all eat her ass. I don't know, man. If PK just played this one slow and rational, like, Awilix is going to be useless anyway. I don't know. I feel like they just sealed their own fate with that jungle pick. They've got to do something fucking crazy if they want that Awilix to snowball and work. I just don't see Awilix being the Scylla killer.
Build for synergy around Awilix. Do you think you go that way, or is Twig pulling back?
Amazed at the fact that they also chose to ban Heimdallr. Love the Discordia Hellbands, though. I think that that's great shutdown against
Who the fuck
Twig.
jukes that way? Viva la Paul.
Viva la Paul, indeed. Holy shit. Yo, your boy John V, thank you so much for the sub love and support. 3 years and running. Happy to have you back with us here today at the Keto family, aka the Otter Posse. Yeah, dude, they are full on committing to a Awilix cheese strat. That's what they're doing. They're full on committing to the Awilix cheese. But I honestly think PK won the draft. Ghosts are just doing something incredibly ranked and cheesy. I feel like Ghosts are just running a really cheesy rank game comp right now. I really think that's all they're doing. Oh, man. Who knows, Sweets? Who cares? Worlds is on, man. World is happening right now, dude. There's a lot more important things than listen, we can be a little man-child about everything. Nobody cares. I certainly don't care. Weekend just likes making shit up about me because it helps keep him distracted from his fucking competitive record. Dude, I really don't like the Fenrir here either. But I feel like Mike could make it work. I feel like Mike could definitely make it work. Hachiman, Osiris. Yeah, I really like the Osiris here too. I feel like the Osiris to seal the deal is definitely the play. I don't know, man. Like, I really think they have so much interrupt for this Awilix. I just don't see how Awilix gets by. How does Awilix get by? Like, even with the Hebo and the Kakolin for setup, like, I could definitely see Fino and PBM doing a solid job again. But I just would not feel comfortable here if I'm Ghost. I really don't feel all that comfortable with this draft against what they're facing. If this game is on lockdown in 20, they definitely need to, I think they really... Why is it muted? Oh, I muted it during the picks and bans to talk in my chat about picks and bans. Scylla should have been banned. I don't know. I think this is... The Scylla pick is going to haunt Ghost if they lose here. If Ghost actually wins with this comp, like, I still think that they should ban Scylla Game 4. Even if they win with this comp and like, force it to a Game 4, I still think they should get rid of Scylla. Just personally speaking. Paul's been an absolute nightmare all throughout Worlds. Like, that's crazy to me that Worlds has been this insane. Sam has to go full season 2 SWC adapting. Yeah, right? No drinking games. Yeah, no drinking games tonight, Mono. No drinking games tonight. Let me see here. So be a total letdown? I mean, is it though?
How in God's...
Honestly, I don't think that this would be a total letdown of a set. Even if Ghost gets 3-0'd here, I think the only part that would be disappointing to them is, A, they should have clearly banned Scylla if they get 3-0'd here. But if I'm Fine OK or Polar Bear Mike, you really can't beat yourself up too much about these games. I honestly think that, like, win or lose this set overall, Polar Bear Mike and Fine OK have very clearly shown everybody exactly why people regard them as, like, top of the crop for their roles. Like, there's just no arguing with that. These two have just been playing out of their mind against all odds. Honestly, they've made so much good happen for Ghost. It's honestly kind of a travesty that they didn't close out Game 2. Like, I can definitely see where the frustration comes in, but, like, all that Fine OK and PBM need to be focused on right now is just continuing to do what they've been doing this entire set so far. Because the way that they have been forcing relics, the way that they have been pressuring the carries, they've done a fantastic job. And I don't want anybody to, like, look away from that. God, dude, Paul with these ones, though. Watching Paul miss these solo ones hurts my soul, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's missed so many solo ones. They probably lose that red buff now, too, for that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised Adapting's walking away. Dude's got 2 Worlds titles.
Not taking credit away from
Like,
PK.
Adapting won 2 Worlds Championships. Nearly a third. And, yeah, I'm not surprised he's done, man. He probably just wants to live his life outside of Smite. He's already left his mark in, like, the Smite Hall of Famers. Like, no one's ever gonna be able to deny that Adapting's one of the best Smite players to ever touch the game. That's just how it goes. When you win 2 Worlds titles, that's just how it goes. You feel bad for Cherio? I mean, that's just the nature of pro play, man. You win some, you lose some. And unfortunately for some Smite players, even though they've got, you know, long-term standing careers, sometimes you just never really get to that end point. It's just not meant to be. That's just, like I said, it's just the beauty and heartbreak of pro play in esports. Oops. Sorry, guys. Man, they're really going to try to just, like, all in this to close this out by 20, huh? You think they I think they should still ban Scylla even if they win this. I think they should still ban Scylla game 4 if they want a momentum shift. Damn, dude. They're already freezing. Wish I had that gamer chair, dude. Paul's got the gamer spine. He doesn't have a good gaming chair. He's got a gamer spine. Like Paul's body was naturally built at like a 40% arch. Straight up, man. The further Paul leans, the more scary he becomes. Because then he's truly activating his gamer spine. Once he gets the full lean going, you'll know. You think if Paul went to Ghost, they'd be unstoppable? I disagree. You guys aren't really factoring in player synergy. Player synergy is a big part of the reason why you see Pittsburgh Knights doing as well as they are at this Worlds phase. Because you can have 5 of the best players, mechanically speaking, hint hint, Radiance Gaming, and still lose. I think Radiance has 5 of the best players for each of their roles, and they still lost. Like, you can't just have a powerhouse roster. You've got to be able to have a team that, like, also just free flows with each other. Like, there are moments, and you can even ask the guys from PK. I've actually had, like, I've been fortunate enough to, be able to do interviews with these guys, have talks with these guys behind the scenes. PK are a team where they don't always need to communicate to understand what's going on. And there is a special level of gameplay that's unlocked when you get a squad full of teammates that just understands each other. Like, the teams with the best synergy win, especially in these kinds of environments where it's, like, all based online because of the whole COVID situation. But, like, you'll never see, basically the way that Cool Vaughn said, like, you will never see a super team win. Like, it just doesn't happen. There's too much ego. I guarantee you, they don't want to admit it. Sam's got an ego. Fine, okay, definitely has an ego. Polar Bear Mike definitely has an ego. Patty Cat's got a bit of an ego, too. I think the only person who maybe doesn't have the most blatantly obvious ego is Twig on Ghost. Like, this is the real mental check tester for Ghost. If they can bounce back after losing Game 2 the way that they did, I think that could be a momentum halt or a momentum shift in their favor to at least stretch this out to a Game 5. But I really do think that Ghost is going to have a lot of conflicting calls this game. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. And right now for PK, they're probably just trying to keep their cool because they know, all right, fellas, easy does it. Doesn't matter if you fall behind early. Just play smart. We'll get the farm online. Like, really not that big of a disparity, all things considered. All the invades that have gone off, and it's like hardly half a level, 3/4 of a level lead. I definitely think Ghost are feeling the pressure right now, as they should be. Like I said, it's their tourney life on the line, not PK. PK still is yet to be beat with this kind of drafting phase with the Scylla. Until Ghost figures out something to deny the Scylla wins, I mean, PK aren't going to really feel as much pressure. Their only pressure is coming from trying to not autopilot into that vision of just, like, picturing themselves winning Worlds. You just can't get distracted by that. You can't get distracted by the thought of, like, we're about to win Worlds again. Like, you have to stay focused in the actual set. Can't stress that enough. So, yeah. Don't know if that's worth, though. Paul still has his beads, though. That's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's early cheese, for sure. But, again, doesn't guarantee anything, man. It's still going to be tough. I like that from Aggro. Banking on Paul winning the lottery. Sorry, Chad, I'll raise this a little bit.
Probably the right call, I suppose, from Sam in that moment. quick.
Oh, dude.
Position.
That's tough.
Mostly trying to get out of harm's way.
That's tough that they had to waste that.
Zooming into the battle like that. So Ghost now taking a couple
No,
shots.
Mike's probably
And
going to do a
listen,
really
even
similar
though
build to what he
maybe
did game
the
1.
kill
He's
shots
going to
are
go
not that
hybrid
many,
for
the
sure.
rest of the map pressure
I think he's
has
going to go
it.
primarily tank,
2,000
though. He'll
gold,
probably
even
go
more than
sledge
25
next
that
item
is hard to do
into a
with
Thebes
0-0 on
or
the
something
kill.
similar.
Very, very hard to do.
He
Fred
might
is
even
falling
rush
very
like
far
a Stone of
behind,
Gaia,
because
just
think about
because
that play onto Paul.
Neomall is like
That's
a
at
pretty big
Fred's
knockup
max
initiator.
that Paul is trying to clear, and
Gold
Sam is
League
still
growing and
there,
growing. Again, though,
being
you
the
can't
aggressor
get
at
lost in
all
the numbers. What
times.
you need to look at is the
Really,
XP.
really good
There's a big
pressure being
XP
put on the
disparity
map
between
right now
jungle
from
right
Sam,
now.
and you heard it on the desk. I agree with what Mifflin was
But
saying.
if
This has gotta
Sam
be the guy
can't
to
actually
step up
transfer
here from
the
Ghost Gaming.
gold
Now,
and
I
experience
thought
lead that he
Sam had a
has
much
right
better
now
game too.
into
Yes.
kills
That
against
game
Paul,
3,
it's going to
he
mean
really
literally
played
nothing in
well,
like
I
6
thought, in
minutes.
game 2. Didn't go outside
He
himself
has
too
to kill
much.
Paul.
The play under the tier 2,
He needs to
again,
kill
you just gotta
Paul at
kinda
least
tip your
3
cap to
times,
Paul.
I think, if they
It's
want to
really
actually
up to
shut
the
down
rest
the
of Ghost
Scylla.
to win the team
Paul
fight
needs to
outright
die at
once
least
that
3
happens to
times
Sam.
before 18
I
minutes.
think if you're a Ghost
And
fan,
I just don't know
putting the ball in
if
Sam's
Ghosts are going to be
hands
able to force
shouldn't
that.
be a concern for you, because
I
he's
really don't know if they're
delivered
going to be able to
the
force
vast
that.
majority of the time this year.
Probably kill Scary again, though.
That's the kind of mistake Sam should have been able to get away with, right? Is fine,
Oh, that
okay,
was too early.
Gets the two-man ultimate. Cubo Fred continues
Just-
to battle, but Sam cannot find the knock.
Yeah, I was about to
Goes
say.
Neil on the leap, but Cubo Fred has the beads. So Ghosts take their pressure right as they have done all game long to the buffs. Over the wall. Nearly
Damn.
stealing that one away or securing it is Scary D.
I thought he stole that for a
Ghosts
second.
continue to put pressure on the farm.
I thought Scary
Love
stole
the
that
way
back.
Mike is being the secondary jungler, really tagging along with Sam wherever he goes, and now I'd anticipate that Ghost is going to be hunting Cubo Fred.
Nah, no
You're
drinking
one
in Eye
gravity surge
Airy.
away,
No
or
drinking.
one
You guys
Ragnarok
killed me
away
yesterday.
from being first blood now that you don't have those
I
purification
got
beads.
scared
Another
of drinking
game where
again
Ghost
after I got buzzed
forces
and knocked over
PK
half a soda
to go
onto my
5 beads
keyboard.
right off the rip.
That was
Even Neil
enough of a
has to
sobriety check for me to
itemize into those.
for me to
Really
be like,
just
let's
hasn't been able
relax.
to
What
be
flavor did you
punished
feel? We were on the
there for
guava
Ghost
run.
for
I'm
PK
out.
not having those team fight
Look at how
rounds
well
because
it mushes though.
Ghost
Look,
composition requires
no
them
powder, right?
to run
You guys can see I'm not fronting.
aggressive
There's literally no powder left over,
options
and that
in
was
that relic
me
slot as
mixing
well. So it's not like
Bub's
Mike is being
Naturals,
able
a
to
scoop
pick
of
up
Bub's
Shell
Naturals,
or
the collagen
Sprint
protein
or
for
anything
my
like
joint
that.
gut
He's going Blink. That's not
support,
really a team fight relic in its own right.
as
There's
well
not
as
this massive
hair, skin, and
discrepancy
nail.
where
It's
one
actually
team
also
has
good
a
for your teeth.
horrific emblem and
Collagen
the other
protein just has a
support
lot
has
of
beads.
secondary health
Can't help.
benefits.
It-
And it
solid
mixes
relics
perfectly
all
into the G
around
Fuel. I
for
can't
both
even tell the
sides.
difference.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Mike wanting to make sure he can be the aggressor. Him, Sam, and Fine.
Yeah, the keyboard survived.
Zooming into these battles.
My keyboard
That was
survived.
enough to
By
finish
some
the
godforsaken
game. That's
miracle,
pretty
it
big,
lived.
really.
I'm so happy.
Consider how the momentum of this game has
Have I seen a difference in my
almost
hair and
every
such? I have.
ahead of PK.
Like
There
I
is
said,
some
it took
on the
about
farm
2
on
months.
the order side of the map.
It
It's going
really
to the
did take
order
about
team.
2 months for
And
me
that's
to
pretty big. It's really
notice
slow some of this
the
down. And
benefits
remember in that
coming into
last game,
play
right? I mean, there were still a
from
couple
the
of
collagen
mistakes when we
protein,
think about
but
mistakes,
I can definitely
positioning
attest to
in
the
that
fact that
fight
I
on
have
where he gets
significantly
control.
faster nail growth
Some of that's
than what I
clear.
used to. I'm like
Maybe
constantly
that
having to
fight
cut my
isn't
nails.
in reach later
And
on in the
my nail
game.
beds and
So
stuff
now
are
we're
like
seeing even
really
cleaner
healthy.
gameplay, a Scary D
And it's the
not
same thing with
pulled
like
in.
my
He
hair.
has
My
those
hair is
50
like
beats.
thick,
Now his
healthy.
and
Like
Cubo's are down.
I feel good.
Sam
I don't know how to explain it other than like I actually just feel good. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I said, it definitely took a little bit of time before I really started to feel. It took, like I said, about 2 months before I started to feel the benefits. Mike said, "Oh, maybe not." Crazy they still force that. Your knee had surgery when you were younger. Would it be helpful for that? I mean, it'd be helpful for just like the joint support in general. Because like even if you're not a frequent gym goer or like frequently working out, Richie, like I said, the collagen protein, the sole purpose of it is to help build up and like boost your body. And the things that I mentioned, and like the joint health is definitely something. So like if you have any issues with like, you know, joint recovery or just like joint kinks, I think that Bubs can definitely help out. Like I said, it's a great product. You can read more about it at !Bubs. But another thing that I love about Bubs Naturals in comparison to a lot of other collagen proteins is that 10% of all sales from Bubs go to charity. I love that.
Really unheard of. And you know what game this
And
reminds me of?
Bubs
It's
itself was
one of the
actually
first
started
games that
by
PK played
military vets,
here this week. This reminds me a lot of game
specifically
3
in the Navy
against
SEALs
United,
department.
where Scream got off to this massive lead.
Okay,
And
that's
with-
freakish recall, by the way.
Sorry, it's kind of the way the brain works sometimes. Scream got off to this massive
Oh
lead.
yeah,
and
Harry.
the way
Yeah.
that PK
No, I mean,
really leveraged
I feel like there's
that
been
game was playing around.
there's been a lot of products, I think, in the line of like collagen protein that have been coming to light more recently. You'll even see a lot more celebrities starting to get involved with some of these collagen protein products. And I would say just be careful with like, you know, what you're looking at. Like that's my thing with any of the products that I accept. I will never work with a company unless I actually believe in their product. And Bubs was something that I was actually secretly taking, not telling you guys, for about 4 months prior to, because I wanted to experience the health benefits for myself before advocating for it to my stream. Big commit, though.
That was meant to execute it, but they get the theory all the same on the side of Ghost.
Aren't the seals all on a keto diet? Well, collagen protein is keto friendly. It's also paleo friendly.
We had that net worth chart up. It's a little over 1,000 net worth difference between Sam.
But yeah, a lot of Navy SEALs. I think a lot of military folks in general tend to be involved with some kind of like keto paleo based diet. I know I did paleo back in the day.
About 1,500 each.
Woo!
Now Zap takes a really positive trade. He's going all in.
Even going in, he knows Panic Cat doesn't have the.
Oh my god. Dude, I wanted Zap to get that so bad. I wanted Zap to get that just so I could be like stinky Cupid mains.
You really hate on the Cupids, huh?
I hate Cupid so much.
Why? Because you guys are the same height with the same forehead?
Shut up.
PK should be playing it. Your right side of the map is super far behind. Let Zap get aggressive. Let Neil come over here and be a difference maker. Paul's not that far behind. Let's let him be a difference maker. Now,
I mean, it may be a trigger for you. That's just the meta right now, though, Iskol. PK are just really good at like punishing mistakes, man. They really are.
Ghost's way and probably a couple minions going under tower for the Scylla. PK cannot afford to take any fight on this right side of the map. Scary and Fred are simply too far behind. They need to focus any aggression at all, if they're going to have any, around Zap.
That's been the call from so far. Looping underneath, there's the Fields of Love. That man again does not overreact, holds onto the relics. Beads finally come out. Wants to see the Ragnarok as Mike gets plucked in. There's a heart bomb in the equation. Neil Ma low. Ghost Gaming come out on top in that one, in that they use both ults, but get the beads out from Zap and the ults out from Neil.
Look, and
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to appreciate the more aggressive playstyle Forsaken. Like, that's what Ghost loves to do, is like force the fight. But PK, I think, are just such a great team at understanding how to delay. Look at those switches.
All of a sudden become an advantageous position for the Pittsburgh Knights.
I don't even think Kivo cares.
Cubo should be out of there and safe.
Surprised he didn't go in.
Everything he had that kept him alive is gone.
Surprised he did not go in there.
How much more can we count the ults and the beats?
Yo, 15 minutes, no kill, baby. Let's go. That's when you know it's a Game 3 Worlds approach. I feel like Ghost are so scared to do anything, but the problem is, this Awilix is just, she's not getting anything done with her lead. She's had a cool 2-level lead over Kivo this entire time and has not gotten a single kill for it. Chat, remember I told you guys. I told you. I was like, if Sam can't actually transition this lead in the early to mid game, like, guess what? We're starting to approach a point where it's really not gonna fucking matter what he does on this Awilix. Like, they might have a 5-6K gold lead, but they're not doing anything with it. They're playing against a comp that gets better than them in the mid to late game, and they're unable to force any sort of an advantage. It's crazy to me. Like, they're really not forcing a single advantage here. I think Panic Cat dies for free. Oh, maybe Kivo dies too. Yeah, that was actually really bad for PK, but the first blood did go to Kivo, so it's not the worst case in the world, but first blood doesn't really mean shit at 16.5 minutes. The main downside here is PK are now pretty susceptible. Yeah, the rotation from Mike's pretty big here. Zap's just trying to go for the kill outright. All right, he should die here, right? He should definitely die. He didn't get that Aegis off in time. That was just greedy. Like, that's a great punish, though, from Ghost. That's great awareness. Great punish. Doesn't let Zap invade for free. Kills him. Takes the Aegis at the same time. Zap speeds were down for another 20 seconds, so that's, like, irrelevant. But pulling the Aegis is a pretty big deal. How do they farm so fast, though? It's because, like, the later the game goes on, the easier it is to farm because you're not being contested as often for farm, so it's really easy to play catch-up at that point. Like, if Ghost were actually meeting PK at every single one of their buff timers and, like, constantly trying to force invades and stuff like that, I would have a different take on this games. But as it currently stands, that last little bit of aggression, punishing Zapman for a slight overextension, that's, like, the biggest punish I've seen this entire game. Ghost really have not done anything to, like, emphasize this 2-level lead on the Awilix. And I know how Awilix works, man. I know how she feels when it starts getting later and later, and I know how god-awful annoying the cripples and the knockups and just like the general, I think, mobility from both Paul and Zapman is going to be such a nightmare for that Awilix to actually try and like lock down confirm, because Ghost, again, they're running a very heavy single target burst composition. This is what they've been doing the entire Worlds. This is what Ghost does to a T, better than just about everybody else. They're really good at single target focused comps, but I think PK knows that, and that's why they keep bringing as much AoE as they have been for a deterrence. Neil Mother could be in some trouble for that one. Like, this could be a really good fight for Ghost if they manage to punish, but right now, Zap out of position. Like, this is what we need to see happen for Ghost if they want to bring themselves to game 4.
Yeah, he went in with Neil Ma, and that is not what the Pittsburgh Knights
That was not
needed.
where Zap needed to wrap around, though.
Really putting the late game to the test, isn't it? I mean, but how do you feel like Ghosts have this one in the bag?
I don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You can't, even though they're up 8,
That's the
10,
problem. They really
15
can't feel
minutes.
comfortable ever.
I don't think
Because
they should be counting their chickens quite yet. They have yet to have one. match
God,
all
dude,
set
it's
long.
just
Not at all.
it's just not fun
Instead, they've been
having to
stuck
play
with
against
the
PK, I
edge, a
think.
0 up there for 'em.
Zap getting a little cocky, Zap getting a little tunnel visioned.
Inoke looking for the solo invade.
He was too focused on who Neil was going on.
And they're spreading this map out a bit more. I wonder if this might not be a bad way for Ghost to go about it.
Dude, fucking
Instead
Kivo.
of giving PK a chance to kind of steal it all back at once, they
Kivo
are
better
taking
bounce.
everything they can on this map bit by bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to maybe do it.
Hey, thanks for the love,
I don't know
Reaper.
how you beat this PK team
Right,
late.
we haven't seen it yet.
Because they should have lost a billion different times in the late game over the course of these last few days. SSG should have had it. Radiant should have had it.
Yep.
And
It's
Ghost
just
should have had
frustrating
it.
because it's like you can
And
never
here
feel
we are.
safe. Like,
The Pittsburgh
you know
Knights
for a
have gave
fact
away
that PK are going to
lifting
contest
the trophy
Fire
once
Giant,
again,
and you
so
know they have Scylla.
I-
Scylla's
I
got
would
way better
agree with
confirmed
you
for
that, yeah, splitting
a
them up
Fire
makes some
Giant
sense to
than a
me,
Hebo.
but Pittsburgh Knights map macro has been near flawless throughout this tournament. Think back
But
to
again, though, that
their
comes
call
from, I
against
think
Radiance
Mike
in
played
game
that really
4,
well,
where their Titan is
forcing
sub
the
1000
attention
HP,
shift.
and they
That's all
searched
Mike has
forward,
done.
letting Paul
He just
respawn
keeps
to get the
forcing these
wave
attention
for the
shifts.
time.
Oh, I was right
think
about the
he's
build,
coming
too. He went Sledge right into the
Any sort of map
Thebes.
macro that
I
anyone
kind of
can
figured as
throw
much.
at
So
him.
he's going to go Pride win here.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
As his
They
next
keep being
item.
alone in mid, and he gets aggressive despite being alone. 2 in right, 2 in left. So at this point,
From
Mike
down
is
6K up to up 1K, yeah, I can
That
never
man
forget. Oh,
is
this
gonna
could
get
actually
something
be, yeah,
figured
he's
out.
gonna
It's the ultimate.
lose his
They
ult.
trade him ult for ult in left.
He
Doesn't
knows.
so much more though. Ghost Gaming kind of slowed down a
I
little
don't think
bit.
Zap
They've been
ults there
surprised, I don't think, with
if
Pyro and Pyro
he doesn't have a ward.
They have tried to take tier 1, see what else
But he
they
knows
can
that they're
lay
looking
in.
for him, so he's
For
gonna
the
probably
most
play
part,
super
they're
passive
tapped
now.
out a bit here at this point until a little bit more comes up on the map.
Talk all set about being able to take this side lane pressure that they've really been focusing on and transitioning it into the mid lane. But do you want to be anywhere near where Paul is
I
at
do
this
not.
point? This dude is red hot in the mid lane. So normally I would say, yeah, you should be grouping.
Paul's
and
got
hitting
so
this
much
2-1 mid,
damage
but
with the Soul Reaver now.
Paul's domain right now, man. I
This is
don't
gonna be
know if I do
wild.
wanna be
Looks
there,
like they're setting up
even
for a
with
T2 tower force.
9,000 gold lead at 20 minutes.
If Paul can't rotate, this could get a little hairy because they've got the numbers advantage right now. I wonder if Paul's gonna try to commit in mid. No.
But it does scare me a little bit.
This is risky for
Ghost
Ghost.
to blow some of these members up without a
Yeah.
relic to help.
PBM clearing out that ward lets PK know that Ghost are about to do something. You don't clear out that aggressively unless you're trying to look for something.
You might wish they had a little bit of extra help in terms of relics.
So not going down Paul's lane. They're going to try and make it
It's
work
wild though.
on the
Scary's just
right-hand
clearing.
side, or left-hand side, excuse me.
Where are
but
they going? They're going for
Scary
mid
D
T1.
is
Mid
not
T1's a lot
here,
more
even
guaranteed.
with a 4v5 that they know they've got for a considerable amount of time based on where Scary
They're
is
just
on the map.
the only way that
Ghost
PK are
gonna
gonna group
take a
here is
little
if
bit of
Ghost try to go
rope
for
to head
fire.
back towards mid,
This
taking
is
on
this is
defensive
what I
tier
wanted to
1.
see.
And can you
I
blame
want to
them,
see
right?
how
I mean,
the Fire
I think
Giant
Ghost
pools
is playing
go.
this about as cautiously as I have ever seen Ghost play. The Pyromancer now about to go down.
I don't think they know where Scary
Gonna
is,
move right over to the
so they're
Fire
not gonna
Giant.
pull fire.
Twig taking it back. That makes me think they might be about done. Right now, Ghost are kind of.
And you know what'd be crazy? Well, if Zapman wasn't in left lane, I was gonna say PK pull fire. That'd be the crazy call. PK to pull fire. Oh my God, Zap, fucking nut job. All right, he's fine.
Good damage.
Crazy that he does half of Zap's HP.
Of Zapman's health. Zap
One
got
brutalized, by the
relics, so
way.
Don't think he was in a lot of danger of dying, but still getting the ultimate for nothing.
Oh, Mike's gonna cancel his back, 100%.
Some point, Ghost is
Zap
gonna
knows
have
it
to do
too.
something that gives PK a small sliver of hope back into this game. I just don't know if they're going to feel confident enough to do it. It looks like they will. There's
Yeah.
only 4 members here.
Yeah.
A bit surprised, but I think you know
Zap
that
knows
Mike
now.
has
Zap could get solo, though.
Over here fighting Neil. Neil's been pulled in, but Dash gets him out. How is there an avenue for him? Meanwhile, Mike in a position to solo Zapman, and he does it. Neil Maw falls.
Gotta love tanks.
Much cleaner.
Gotta love tanks, dude.
This time around, but Paul's still on the map. The killer is still in the streets. Finds the crush on the fine, okay, but that won't turn it.
Man, it's crazy that they don't want to do anything, though, as long as Paul is alive. This could be it, finally. Oh my god, dude, he really lived. Okay. Alright, this should be it. They needed this. Wait. Wait. They gotta get the T2. They have to get the T2 tower. Isn't that Fender skin comp ban? Is it? No, I don't think so.
Knowing that Zapman doesn't have the ultimate available, and now they can come back to the fire, cool as you like, take this one free of charge, and put PK to the ultimate test.
That's why I didn't love the Hachiman pick. Up against Ghost, you know they're really down to pick Fenrir support at any given time. I feel like the Heimdall works so much better up against this pick because you can actually create legitimate distance between you and him.
Oh, this could be big. This could actually be really big. I'm a noob. You can't kill Phoenix if T2 isn't down. Yeah, you can't kill it if Phoenix isn't down. Or if the T2 isn't down. Dude, that's so funny. Zap really got soloed. Hey, don't you love that Fenrir support with like 40 power, maybe 50 power, you know? Is able to full-on solo an ADC with Thorns, not even upgraded Thorns. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Pretty epic stuff.
You think that's still an issue in Season 8? I wonder.
I mean, Thorns is just an issue in general. I think it's even worse in Season 8 because Season 8 is just like, Hunter builds feel tough. Season 8. I feel like Thorns is just so stupid as a relic.
You see that new mannequin upgrade? Does 15% of a target's total HP on your first auto attack.
I said they breathed a little bit, but Paul's respawned since then. He's now 4 items deep. You're up 12k.
Actually, maybe he didn't use Thorns. I thought he used Thorns.
Unlosable in the past.
Any other team, any other situation.
Yeah,
right.
Not now. If you're a Ghost fan, how do you feel good about this game number 3? I still don't think you can. And playing with that level of tightness, of not being able to relax and loosen up and play loose the way you normally would, I think can weigh on you. Yeah. It hasn't so far in this one, but it only takes once to really put yourself back in a bad spot.
Can they play with this level of tension 3 times in a row? As Fine OK moves in, the left side Phoenix is already low, and Zapman uses the ultimate, but comes back into the fight. There's the block. That's onto Mike.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that for Zapman.
Up the beads somewhere else. Captain Twig pulls up Hugo Fred. It's a 5v4 on the mid Phoenix.
Fred didn't use a thing. No relics, no ultimate. Died with all.
This is like when Ghost needs to close out, though. That's the worst part.
Fred really instrumental in games 1 and 2. Non-factor in this game. He has not been able to do anything.
No, he hasn't. All the way down there at the bottom of the player damage charts, right next to Paul. And hey, I mean, I don't know if we can keep doing that, but that's a great place for them to be if you're Ghost as they move into the middle. Phoenix. Mike is trying to keep Paul out of the fight. Neil Maw has plucked in Fine OK, but Paul has to leave. Ultimate defensively again. Meanwhile, Scary D does zone a couple, but there's the Fields of Love. Now he's locked down. Mike can't find the stun, but the knockup's there, and Scary D ends up falling. So they do lose Fine OK in the back.
Paul versus the world.
Have finally put one on the board.
Unless Paul does it again.
No way, dude.
Just covering my bases there with what I've seen from Paul.
Sure.
Look.
What did Ghost do differently this game to win? They punished Cuvo and Zap really hard. That was like the first time that we finally saw Ghost have follow-up off of everything that Fine OK and Mike were doing. But that's, like I said, I didn't want this to be a 3-0 blowout, though. No lie. I wanted to see at least, you know, the World Finals is always so anticlimactic whenever there's a 3-0 sweep at the end of it. Like, it's so much better, I think, when the sets go the distance. But yeah, I like I said, this has been the PBM Fine OK show the whole way through so far, and I think PBM and Fine OK just hard carried again.